Welcome to another episode of GamerHeads, recorded live in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. My name is Roger, aka Rogue Leader 76, and with us again, back from the dead, we have...
Well, much like Avril Lavigne, or much like Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I get where you're going.
I'm not who you think I am.
He's a body double.
I'm a body
Oh,
double.
wait, what? Paul McCartney's a body and Avril
Yeah,
Lavigne?
I'm the world's...
Yeah, you don't know that?
No,
I'm the
I knew.
world's
Man, you're the worst Beatles fan ever.
No, I know that there's rumors that Paul McCartney
Rumors.
is dead.
Yeah. You know, usually
But
it's...
Avril Lavigne, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's dead?
Well, she's replaced with a body double.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Usually it's the norm, of course, to keep it, conspire to keep it secret, but it was Jake's wishes that I tell this to everybody.
Oh, okay.
This isn't Jake, this is Jack. With an E at the end.
And his scrambled eggs is his handle name.
Not as Studley omelet.
Nice.
Welcome back, Jake.
It's
I will have to say...
Studley omelet spelled with 2 T's and an E at the end.
okay.
Yeah.
And along with us again.
Oh, yeah, just Matt.
It's just Matt.
Symbiote.
That's
me.
So I will say, I stopped in to see Jake at the store after the podcast. And I really thought you were going to die, dude. You look like a zombie. You were like, I'm not moving from this chair. Why do I feel so cold?
That's not what zombies do.
Well, right
If
before they
came
turned
into
zombie.
if he would have came into the store, he would have came at you. Like, oh, you're good. You're fine.
Yeah, he was worried.
Yeah, Jake was worried.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us, Jack. So
Yeah, it was bad, but I don't know. I guess you guys made do with it. I listened. It was pretty good stuff, guys. So
yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
You listen to us?
yep, I totally listen.
I
when
haven't
I'm
listened
not.
to us in a long time.
Yeah, it's really awesome when your own voice isn't in it. It sounds
Right?
great.
That's
Then
usually the best part of it, is when I
Yeah.
listen to my own voice.
Wait, when you listen, he's saying when you don't listen to your voice.
Oh.
Not your voice, his own voice.
So, like-
yeah, your voices are awesome, but I don't
Oh.
like listening to it because, sometimes I'm nasally Wisconsin, sometimes I'm laid back California, sometimes I'm over rambunctious Screech like. It's like, who am I?
Yeah, you were real happy before you almost died.
yeah, that's what happens right before you die. You're like, woohoo! I am life.
Life is going so great.
And then you die.
I got revenge. There's rumors that I was poisoned by some after some coup attempt or something.
Yeah, I
like
could
that.
see it.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, enough about me.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back.
Good. Yeah. So what's new, guys? Anything new or exciting
Nope.
in your life?
No.
Oh. Well, this time next week, but it won't air for, I don't think, until Sunday, Tuesday, somewhere around there. But we'll be actually guests on the Gamer Stand podcast. So
Cool.
that's very exciting for our listeners.
Plane trip? Are you paying for us to go?
It's in
Where is it?
Oklahoma, where the wind
Don't do
comes.
that. No, I don't want to go there. It's tornado season, too.
Yeah.
I'll stay up here. We still get them up here, but they're not as prevalent, I feel like.
Oh, last night was pretty dangerous.
Last night was sketchy. I was sitting right in this room and watching the wall of black just go across the sky.
Yeah,
it was
that
crazy.
was-
Right out there, I could see there were clouds, white clouds, and then just darkness after it,
Yeah.
right? So the clouds stopped, but you could see the clouds were being blown in different directions, so it looked
Yes.
like they were
Yeah.
going in circles and
Yes.
stuff. And I was like, tornado's
totally
just going to
thinking
drop
about
on my
that.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought the same thing a couple miles down the road, but
Yeah.
the way it came, it was, yep, okay.
Yeah, you guys get hit before we did. I'm east of you guys, so.
Oh, yeah. Luckily, I'm a little further south, so I was kind of right at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think there were any tornadoes that I read
It was
about.
okay. No trees could fall on me because I was in the middle of a fishing boat.
What? What?
I don't know.
Yeah, just lightning.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Were you really fishing yesterday?
I'm just saying when the storm came, I tried to be safe, so I went to the middle of the water where no trees could fall on me.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's lightning. Like boats are usually
He's
made out
gonna
of
die
metal.
before the next podcast.
Yeah. I was
That's what resurrected him.
I was-
He
Yeah,
out
right.
there like
I was either trawling or trolling.
trolling. Yeah, got it.
Okay. Well, Jake, tell us something cool or unique that came into the store.
Well, two things are notable actually. I know you were expecting one,
Yeah.
which is like a pretty sweet fight stick by PDP for Mortal Kombat. I think it came out when MK9 came out, and there was only like 6,000 made, and it's like numbered on like a little brass.
Kind of want it
Yeah, it's pretty
for the PlayStation 3.
sweet. Even like non-fighting game people have been like, that is beautiful. That is a really beautiful piece.
Yeah.
It's been pretty sweet. I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of notable. And then actually today, Lenny, coworker of mine, he traded in what is it? A Tiger R Zone?
Oh. No, you guys had that. So it's funny about that. I was at the store when the guy brought that in.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Didn't I say we couldn't take it or something, or did we take
No, Lenny bought it. He wanted it.
I see.
So then he bought it and he had me try it, and I hated it. It was like terrible. It didn't work
did we
at all.
talk about this before?
We
I
did.
feel like we did. Now
Yeah,
that I bring it up, yeah. So
So now you have it.
it's back. Yeah, I came back around.
How much is that selling for? Just curious.
Well, it's with 4 games, including Star Wars, so that's kind of cool. So, like $65.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it sells for, plus shipping for like no games on eBay. But like, I don't expect anybody to actually like walk in and be like, "Yes, please."
Yeah.
But
Finally.
it's still- yeah, right.
I was looking all over for this thing.
Yeah, I wonder what the R stands for. I really hope it's
Return.
reality.
Yeah.
Like reality zone.
No, I think it is.
Oh,
It's
that's
supposed to be
great.
like a virtual reality. It's
That
supposed to
is
be
hilarious.
Yeah, it's supposed to be virtual reality before we have VR.
Do you remember like back in the day when you'd go to the mall and they had those big things you'd strap your whole body into and it was like a big circular thing and like
Yes.
they'd flip you around and stuff and that
Yes.
was VR?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, holy
You
cow!
should build those Sony and like sell
Yeah.
them.
Wow,
Like,
I
yeah,
forgot
hook them
about
up
those.
to your
Yeah, that was like-
PlayStation 4.
Yeah, and then they had the kind that were like it was like those ones you'd go to the rides in like Universal Studios and stuff.
Yeah.
Where it was like a car and
Yeah.
you'd sit in it and it would go.
Yeah.
That wasn't as
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
The
Well,
other ones were like straight up like 80s VR, like when you'd think of like Lawnmower Man and stuff. I think that was 90s, but
Have you ever been to Wisconsin Dells?
uh,
Noah's Ark?
not really.
Okay. Have you been to Noah's Ark ever?
Not really. I've been.
How can
I
you not
always-
really be there? Either
Because
you're
I always
there or
go
you're
to
not.
Wisconsin Dells because there are people who like live there, and that's a great experience to like. Yep, but like I don't know.
okay.
I've never gone.
I've
to
been
the
there, like,
attractions.
Once or twice, but I've been there with people and they're just like carrying me around, so it's not like I go, hey, I want to go do this thing. It's like, hey, we're gonna go do this thing. You join us.
okay.
I was like,
They have a
okay.
great
Okay.
confectionery and fudge bakery. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, the reason I bring this up is because they have a 4D theater.
Oh man.
Yeah. So you sit. It's like where you sit in the theater and it kind of moves and everything
Yeah.
moves. And when I went to go there,
It's-
the movie. What?
And they spray water at
They
you or
spray
something.
water. Yeah. So it was SpongeBob movie.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene where there's like a pickle,
Yeah.
and they would squirt pickle juice up, so you'd smell
Ah,
it. Yeah,
That's gross.
yeah.
I've been in like 2 of those or a bunch of those, but like I was in the Honey I Shrunk the Kids one, Honey I Shrunk the
Oh.
Audience, way back in the day. That was like
Yeah.
one of the first ones.
Yeah.
And that one was okay. The dog sneezes and then they
Oh,
shoot
gross.
you with water in the face.
Oh, I would throw it out.
The other one was I was younger and there was one in Disney. What's the one in Florida? World?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at that place and they had one where they changed it and it was like Lilo and Stitch now, right? You sit in
Oh.
a circular room and everyone's like strapped in and you don't move at all, but like Stitch is like running around and like jumping on your shoulders and stuff. So the thing you're strapped into just pushes down a little bit and they'll blast like hot air on the back of your neck and stuff. Well, before it was Stitch, it was just a monster that just broke out. So it was terrifying. It wasn't like, hey, there's this cute little guy coming around. So like I was hyperventilating like in that thing.
How old were
hardcore.
you? How old are you?
I don't know. Probably like 20. No, I don't know. I don't know how old I was because we went there twice, and the second time I refused to go on it. Fun fact: the second time I didn't go on it, bird pooped on me when I wasn't going on it.
Nice.
Terrible
So
experience.
either way, you're gonna have bad
Yeah.
experiences.
But we were in there, and I was like freaking out, and my dad was next to this lady who had like a beehive hairdo and stuff. And like when stuff started going crazy, she goes, "Oh!" and just slaps my dad right on the chest. And he's like, So like everyone had a terrible experience there.
Disney World was
That's
not
real.
fun for you.
No.
You know, if I saw that on a sitcom, I'd be like, "That's fake." You know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
that's so crazy.
Right.
Novel.
That's funny. Well, yeah, I am not going to get R-Zone anytime soon.
Okay.
That's the moral of the story. I'm not going to get R-Zone anytime soon. I am thinking about that.
You sounded so sure, too.
yeah. The Mortal Kombat controller, though, I'm somewhat tempted to get that because
Nice.
it looks really cool.
Don't do it.
It looks really cool, Matt.
I don't care if it looks cool.
You know, the thing that I'm not going to lie, Matt, you know, the thing that I'm kind of tempted to get?
Oh, God.
A Switch.
No! No! You're off the podcast.
No, have you seen? Have you seen? I mean, Mario.
Have I seen the Switch? Yes.
Yeah.
Have I seen that game that came out like 2 years ago that came out again? Yes.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's different though.
Oh my God! You sound like a sick Nintendo freak. Like they got to you.
I know.
You've changed, man.
I've
You've
listened
changed.
to too much Nintendo podcasts. I think.
Yeah.
No, like in this one, dude, though, like Zelda puts his arm up when he wins a race. Holy crap, dude.
Well, there's balloons in this one, man.
Oh my God.
Balloons.
Yeah.
Go to New Donk City.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. You go to New Donk
Here's
City.
the other thing.
You go live there.
I was watching more trailers for that Mario Odyssey game, and I'm like, that actually doesn't look that bad.
Oh, God.
Next time, I'll be like, guys, I got a Nintendo Switch.
We need to get pictures of Sony representatives up in this room. I have too many Nintendo plushies. That's a problem. They're leaking into your brain.
I know.
This is how that sickness that Jake got started.
That's true.
He was like, that Switch, I could play that. And he's
yeah.
like,
I did.
and then like
I played it. I
a
played
week
it a few
later, he's
times.
like scratching his arm and like, Reggie, come here. I need help. And then like after that, that's when the fever broke and he was like just laying there staring at the door.
But once you break through it, you're all right again.
Yeah, see? Look at he's fine. Jack's fine.
Because I
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, good point.
Uh,
Switch killed him.
Matt, what have you been working on?
Kind of video games, kind of music
Yeah.
a lot.
Sweet.
Yeah, except I'm really bad at music. So
No, your music's good.
so like I was working on that game before that looked really pretty and was really awesome, except I realized that I spent like weeks building like 3 rooms that would take like someone 2 seconds to run through. So like when you do that, you're like, yeah, maybe this project's a little big.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was cool proving that I could do something or anyone can do something really nice looking in Unity. So that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
So now I'm working on something smaller and scarier.
Yeah.
Like that Nightlight game that I made.
Yeah.
It's like that, but 3D, first person, and scarier.
Nice. I still like the idea of having a fighting game based on historical figures. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, before I did the third person or the first person 3D thing, I was going to make just a really simple 2D, like 2-player fighting game. And you were going to randomly get assigned a founding father, like George Washington or Thomas Jefferson or Benjamin Franklin or like any of these people. And like the game was round based, right? It was just like really simple fighting thing. And each round, in between the rounds, and I didn't go into enough design, but if you like won the round, you could pick a modifier that would change the next round. So like if you and Roger were playing and Roger like won the round, like Roger could pick, oh, Jake starts with less health next round.
Nice.
Wow.
Or vice versa, but like I
Or
didn't-
John Adams.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I'm just saying John Adams is also a founding father.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, there could have been.
What? Okay.
Just thought of it.
Yeah,
I just thought
But there's
I'd
also
say.
like there's also a time mechanic with it, so I was gonna alternatively make it where you both play as the same guy fighting different versions of himself in time.
Oh.
And then
Nice.
when you kill one, a different version of him in time.
Oh, yeah.
And then it would have been called like I don't know, John fights himself in time or something stupid like that.
Or The One.
Yeah, sure. What?
But that wasn't time.
Huh?
Oh, Jet
Matrix?
Li's?
Yeah, Jet Li's movie.
I don't think I
One?
saw that.
I never saw it,
What?
but I know the one.
I know of it now.
Yeah, so he was fighting himself from different universes, and then the more he
really?
killed, it's the multi-universe idea, and then the more he killed, the more power he got from killing those other ones.
Is that like
from
an
them.
anime too?
And
I don't know.
how does he know that he's the right version to kill all of his old selves?
Yeah, I don't know. There was, it wasn't. It didn't make sense.
Yeah,
It wasn't a great movie.
yeah, yeah. That's why I didn't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I realized like a 2D fighter thing is not exactly something I've worked on before, so it would take me a lot longer than I want this project to take. And the 3D first person thing is something I've been doing, so it's just
Yeah.
like I can do it really fast.
Have you ever seen the cartoon of George Washington? And the song goes, Washington, George
Yes.
Washington.
It's so good.
When you were telling me that.
Washington. Yeah.
When you were telling me that, I was just kept thinking of that song. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
That's the kind of image that I had with the fighting game.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen.
No.
I think I got it because I was playing Day of the Tentacle.
Oh,
Day
yeah.
of the Tentacle has different like founding father jokes in it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I just remembered wasting hours watching Stick Death. That's weird.
Oh, like the GIF?
Like, I remember there was like a
Hours?
Flash website. Where they'd have like different scenarios in history or like, just different weird instances, and then I'd watch it. That's morbid, I guess. I don't know. But
That's okay. My game's really morbid. My new one.
I don't know. It sounds. Oh, your horror one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've told Roger this today. I have a feeling someone, like, assuming I finish it, someone's going to play it and be like, huh. Like, you're going to get to a point that I know one of the first objectives, they're going to be like, what now? Like, I got to do what?
Nice.
Yeah, but come on. People play Resident Evil. That's a pretty dark game.
I got a feeling this one might be worse. This one's pretty bad.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm interested to play it.
Yeah, me too.
For me to play it?
For me to play
Oh.
Will this be available on the Switch?
it. No, but it will be free and online.
Cool.
If it's available on the Switch, I'll definitely get a Switch for it.
Sweet,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That'll be the kicker.
All right. So last time, because Jake wasn't here, we didn't get to talk about the trash bin game that I played last time.
Right.
So let's go into the trash bin game.
The Trash Bin Game.
Luckily, you supplemented that by buying a trash bin game as well.
That's true. All right. So the game that you gave me last time was Barbie. I gave it back to you now.
And her puppy rescue?
Barbie Puppy Rescue. And let me tell you, so you wanted me to have my daughter play with me as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the game is so bad. So first of all, you're like, these kids that are making, like, they apparently have their own, like, puppy rescue, like, center.
It's
Okay.
legal.
Yeah.
Well, like, Barbie's the oldest, I gather, and I don't think she's old enough to drive a car because she drives a bike around town. And then she has, like, 2 or 3
Maybe she's just
younger sisters.
eco-friendly.
Maybe. But then they, like, are making this, like, podcast, no, actually a vlog, actually. And they're like, oh, this is behind the scenes at this puppy rescue place. So you're like, oh, okay, you run this puppy rescue. Wait a minute, where are you getting the money? And this place is like state of the art. Like, where are you getting the money for this? Anyway, so then you have to go around and rescue puppies. And I'm using quotation marks here because I actually think you're kidnapping puppies from other people. Because you get this the
You
second
mean
dog.
rescuing them?
Yeah, rescuing them. You get this call, and somebody says, oh, okay, yeah, you lost your puppy? Okay, I'll go find them. And then Barbie drives her bike through this town to go find these puppies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you find it, and then you're like, oh, we'll rename you. We're going to name you Spot. And it's like, well, no, that dog had a name. The owner lost it.
Yeah, but isn't that like how a shelter works, though?
Well, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, usually
But-
someone doesn't call you and tell you, I lost my animal.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
exactly.
yeah.
So anyway, the game is quotation open world. It's this town that you could bike around in.
Free roam?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. And the funny part is, so you could bike around, and then when you see a puppy, you have to jump off your bike and walk to them and get the puppy, right? So Barbie like has 3 lines that she normally says, like, I'm pedaling as fast as I can. And it's a great day, isn't it? And something else about puppies, I'm not sure. But the funny one was...
They're delicious.
Yeah, I love puppies. They're delicious. She gets off her bike and she's walking, or I had her get off her bike and she's walking and she says, I'm pedaling as fast as I can. And my daughter just starts bursting out laughing. Now she's 5 and she's like, you're not even on a bike.
Did she realize Barbie was having a stroke?
So...
this hamburger tastes delicious. You don't have any food.
Yeah, what are you doing, Barbie? And then the other funny thing was, like, you just, like, walk around, and, like, there's 3 models of people. Like, so you end up just seeing the same person several times, right? And we walked into this house. Like, you could walk into people's garages and stuff. And I walked into this garage, and my daughter starts laughing because this person, like, looks like they own the house. They come walking around, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'm just walking around your garage. Don't mind me." And then that same model,
grab the puppy,
yeah,
run.
That same model comes walking around from the other side. I'm like,
"Oh, that's creepy."
Yeah. And my daughter's like, "Hey, we just saw you. Hey, you're right there."
Oh, that'd be creepy.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in my horror game.
Yeah,
You walk up and you see like a guy walk up, and then you go to the other side, and there's that
The
same
same
guy,
guy,
but you
yeah.
turn around, and the guy's still standing behind you. Oh my god!
It was really weird. It was really funny. It wasn't a hard game. It was a simple, I mean, like, so you grab these puppies, you bring them back to the shelter, and then you have to, like, treat them for fleas or ticks or something. I'm not sure. And then you have to teach them tricks.
Does it just like auto treat them for?
No, you have to,
So,
like...
like, you got fleas, put you down.
No, you had to, like...
You've got 4 broken legs. Band-Aid.
No, you had this, like...
Needle, and you have
needle
to
that kept
place
going
it.
back and forth like this, and then you had to, like, hit the button right on the flea, right? So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I just see Barbie with like whatever they put down animals with in a syringe, like just left and right with their hand, like tracking the flea, and just like
Surgeon simulator.
just as you hit the button, just like jabbing it forward, like hoping to hit the flea and not just go right.
He did
Oh
basically
my God.
explain it as like she stabs each individual flea with a needle.
no, I mean, it's like a syringe with a drop thing. You drop.
Oh, it is really that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
drop
that's-
this thing on him. Yeah.
Well, that's inefficient. There's probably a lot of fleas.
I know, right? Yeah. And then she only rescues puppies, too. That's the weird thing. Like, big dog's like, eh.
They're not cute enough.
Yeah,
Good point.
exactly. So,
That's great.
it was a bad game. It
So-
wasn't terrible. I mean, I will say, like, Enemy Front was worse,
Nice.
and Godzilla was worse than that. So,
One quantitative question.
yeah.
How many puppies did that town lose in like a day? Or
Oh, like, I think there's, like, 6 slots for puppies, so, like, I
at
think...
any given time? There's...
No, the game's... I think once you collect all 6 puppies, then you win the game.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
No, that's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, the other thing is, like, if you want to earn a lot of trophies,
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, seriously, they gave you a trophy for everything. You rode your bike. Hey, you got a trophy. Hey, you killed that that flea. You won a trophy. Yay! I'm like,
Nice.
this is dumb. This is so dumb.
That's funny.
So yeah, I have a bunch of trophies now for my PlayStation 3. About
Did you 100% it though?
no,
Come on.
Yeah, finish
because
her off.
I couldn't stand it. It was
Platinum
so
it.
boring. It was
Yeah.
so boring.
Pedal your way to a platinum.
No, I'm done with that game.
Terrible.
That may be the only game, well, except for Miami Nights, might be the only 2 games that I could actually beat out of these trash bin games you've been giving me.
You
Yeah.
almost beat that.
I almost beat Godzilla, yeah, but I didn't.
What's the other one you played in the meantime that's been trash?
So
That you found out was trash?
yeah, so when PlayStation 4 came out, one of the games that I really wanted to get for the PlayStation 4, when it was announced a long time ago, was No Man's Sky. So I was like, oh man, I really want this game. It looks amazing. So I saw it at your store, really cheap.
That's probably the same copy I played.
Probably.
To be honest.
No, you played the special, his version.
Oh, yeah.
So I bought it and I popped it in and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be great. I gotta try it. and I couldn't get off the first planet. Like, they made me go find some stuff that I don't even know what I'm looking for. And then this creature killed me. It was dumb.
Yeah, that game's dumb.
Oh, God. I was so annoyed by this game. So
Remember that
annoyed.
time I had that part on the podcast where I said this game sucks?
Yes. But I didn't believe you. I was like, no, I must try it myself. It was really bad.
Yeah.
God, that game was so bad.
It just kind of drops you in. That's the problem.
Yes. Yeah, it drops you in randomly. So, like, the stuff that I needed to find wasn't even near me. So I had to keep searching for this stuff. And then, like...
That's exploration, though. I mean, that's infinite. So, I mean, it's pretty cool, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I know.
No. I mean, I will say, it was a very pretty game. And the you know...
Yeah, that's all right.
It was... Although, I will say, Horizon is way better. I mean...
Well, I mean,
graphically wise.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Well,
Yep.
and gameplay wise. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, and it's just like overall better and like, man.
So yeah, it was a bad game.
Yeah.
So I was disappointed.
Do I give you the one now? Is this what
Sure,
we're doing?
let's do it.
Or
Let's
are we
do
doing
that.
it
Why
review.
not? Do it right now.
Are we doing this game again where you guys make me like guess
Yes,
what it
close
is?
your eyes.
All right.
I don't know what it
Close
is
your eyes,
either, so
alright.
don't. Oh!
Oh God!
That's what it feels like.
Jake just ran it against my leg. That
It's
was
liquid.
what was that?
Okay, do you want to go first?
It was like slimy
Yeah.
or something.
I don't know much about it, but
Wait.
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay. A bee is on the cover.
Bug's Life?
No.
Okay.
Do we get to tell them what system it's for, at least?
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
the system.
It's for NES.
Oh, the NES.
Yes.
Yep.
Not the NES Switch. Nintendo Entertainment Switch.
A bee is not on the cover if you're talking about letters.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that was real helpful.
This is trivia for
Next clue.
you. You have no guesses yet?
No,
Okay.
but,
There's lightning on the cover.
bee and lightning on the cover. A bee and lightning on the cover.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not telling you.
Okay. What? Is that the clue?
What? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it is.
That's the clue?
Yeah. Took me a second. Okay. Let me think about this.
Is it a Nintendo licensed game?
There's the official seal on it.
Okay.
It takes place in the location that a king and queen would reside in.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good clue.
Is it Milo's Crystal Castles or something like that?
Oh, kind of not even close, but kind of close.
Milo's Secret Castle or something? Milo's Castle?
Ah, you're close enough.
Mylon's secret castle.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. This is
Oh,
funny
boy.
because
That game sucks.
yeah,
Oh, God.
does it really?
think
Why did
I
it feel
remember that
clammy
game.
when you ran it against my leg? That
That's the
felt
sickness from Jake's
God,
hand
Yeah,
still.
that was not the game. It was Jake's hand.
I think
Oh,
I
God.
remember. I think. This,
Oh, so it's Hudson Soft. That's
Yeah, it's
why.
the B.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
So I think this game. I heard like it's almost impossible to beat unless you have a guide.
Oh, God.
I think that's this game
Oh, God.
because there's like stuff
I feel
hidden.
like I played this game.
There's stuff like hidden in walls. I think
Oh, jeez.
that's really hard to find. Like keys that you use to progress forward. If I remember.
Yeah.
I'm
If
so
this is
looking
the
forward to
same
playing this
And you
game.
can't tell from what I read. You can't tell which like stones you can
Yeah.
shoot and not shoot, and then sometimes if you hit them in the wrong spot, even if it's a breakable stone, like it won't break. So you have to like
Yeah.
it's like
Oh
one of
my
those. So just like be thorough, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just play it all the
Yeah.
time.
I'm so looking forward to this. This will be a lot of fun. Thanks,
Sweet.
guys.
Yeah. You're welcome. I mean,
You know,
Jake
but it's
picked it out.
Hudson. You would think that. I mean, they made some pretty good games.
Sometimes
They made what was that one that was like really popular on NES? Adventure something?
yeah.
Adventure
Oh, yeah.
Island? Is that
Yeah,
what it's
Adventure
called?
Island. Yeah.
Yep.
A couple
Yep.
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Like, I also read it was like definitely an '85 game, right? It was like one of the earliest games on NES, so they just didn't know how to use the stuff on the programming side of things. Hey,
Yeah, and you were like talking to me today. You're like, "Oh, if you give me an NES game, like I probably have most of those." And I was thinking of my NES library, and it's like DuckTales, Darkwing Duck,
Yeah,
Chippendales.
yeah.
I'm not going to give you any of these games. You don't get those.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks, guys. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the GamerHeads news flash then.
The GamerHeads News Flash.
So the first
He's going to keep doing that the whole time we do news, so just deal with it.
is that like a submarine or what?
Teaching myself sonar.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's sonar.
sorry.
You let me talk now?
Yes, of course.
It was so much better when Jake was dead. I'll tell you that. Right now. So Nintendo apparently is going to have a Zelda game coming to the mobile devices.
Whoa.
Suppose
Rumor.
yes. Well, so we had a discussion about this. The Wall Street Journal
Yeah.
had an article on it.
The massive video game website, Wall Street Journal.
I know, but come on, that's a credible source, isn't it?
I don't trust it as much as I would trust certain other sources.
But why? Because it's a Wall Street Journal, right?
Who's the reporter?
Right.
Well, I
guess?
don't know. I didn't pay attention to that.
It depends.
On
It
who the
depends on who's
reporter is?
writing it. Yeah.
So do you think the Wall Street Journal just has this, like, they accept anybody from
I think Wall Street Journal could be more based on like the business aspect of it, because I think the part of this thing is that like they took the Zelda name and slapped it on some other game that they said wasn't going to do well, like Animal Crossing or something. Isn't that how that? How
I don't know,
this
but
is-
Animal Crossing is coming to the mobile. That's soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
what is going on?
Yeah, Nintendo's moving in, like, they're trying to move, like, some of their big names into the mobile platform. I mean, like, they had
Fire Emblem.
Fire
worked.
Emblem. Yeah, and actually that was really good. I liked it. I
Yeah.
know, you didn't even try
we
it.
know you did.
Did you even play it?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't played a single Nintendo mobile game.
It was good. And then the Super Mario Run, right? Wasn't that what it was called? Or Super Mario Go, I think, right?
Run.
Was it
I
Run?
think.
I don't know. I didn't play it.
Pokemon Go is
Pokemon Go, but that wasn't really Nintendo, though.
right.
And now...
Well, yeah, it's licensed, but
Yeah. And then you have Animal Crossing
yeah.
coming out. And then...
Well, Super Mario Run, was that internal to
Yeah.
Nintendo?
Yeah. That one was.
Okay.
Yeah. And Fire Emblem was, too.
Okay.
So...
Well, sweet.
Yeah.
There's another one coming,
Yeah.
probably. Not
Maybe.
surprising.
Yeah, not surprising. Yeah, it is kind of weird, though, that they're moving in. I mean, I guess it's not that weird. I think they really want to try to...
Zelda's had, like, casual things. They had that crossbowy
Yeah,
shooty game
that
for the
didn't do so
Wii
well,
and,
though.
like,
Hyrule.
Well, that was just
Warrior-
a tech
They've also
demo.
had successful like spin-offs too.
Right.
Hyrule Warriors and a Triforce Heroes.
yeah,
Triforce Heroes, yeah.
a couple of those multiplayer game things, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four Swords. Was that really a spin-off, or is that...
I consider them spin-offs.
Okay.
They're probably not.
Yeah. I guess you're not really playing... I mean, I don't know. You're playing different Links, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't really played much of those games.
You know, I'm really excited for it. I feel like it could really bring a good flair.
Yeah, I'm totally jacked for it.
Like Nintendo's just gonna spangle the mobile industry with fantastic work. I don't know. I just really feel like it's not gonna hold up over time if they do it this quickly.
Are you arguing with yourself here?
No, I'm okay.
He was like sarcastic there for a little bit, I think.
But yeah, no, for real, it's like like what was it? The rhythm. What was it? Harmonix and Activision, how they like threw out all that stuff all at once, and then all of a sudden nobody cared anymore. Like that might happen.
Yeah,
like,
it is kind of coming out fast. Like
Yeah,
the
it
number of
is.
mobile titles that they're pushing out.
Yeah. But, they still support it. I mean, like, Fire Emblem. Like,
No, I
they do a lot of, like,
Get
weekly
that,
things.
but like
It's kind of neat.
that should be the stuff carrying your games. I mean,
Yeah.
they're putting out more mobile games than they did for their last console.
I know.
That's
It's
exactly
kinda
it.
weird.
That's
Probably because they're smaller and cheaper to make.
And that's
Well, and
okay.
that's the
Maybe
thing.
that's what they see is like a shift in. But like, I don't.
Well, do you think that they're trying to tie people into, like, buying into Nintendo through these, like, hey, I know everybody has mobile devices,
I don't know,
right?
Roger. Tell us.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
You played Fire Emblem. Now
I
you want to
did.
buy a Switch.
Well,
Nah, not because of the Fire Emblem.
They do want like a piece of your life in a sense. Like the Nintendo's definitely been tweaking their image to be more of a lifestyle thing.
Mitomo.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was terrible.
Like, you know what I mean? Like when they have a consumer, I think it's pretty hook, line, and sinker, and you might as well get everything you can out of it in the same way Google does or anybody else.
You know, it's interesting you say that because when the Wii came out, there was something they were trying to develop for the Wii where you'd hook up like a pulse, something that could like read your pulse and like
the health thing.
The health thing. That didn't go very far, but I think that the whole idea of like we want to like be your all like consuming.
Well,
like
I don't know, like. People always are like, yeah, I always get a Nintendo console and then one other thing. You know, that's like always the standby people say. But then how many people do you talk to that you're like, when's the last time you played that Nintendo console? And they're like, oh, that thing's like caked in dust. Like, I haven't touched that in forever.
You know, and even, I mean, outside of the Nintendo podcasts I listen to, which are strictly Nintendo podcasts, like a lot of people that I listen to, they're like, yeah, I don't really play my Switch very often anymore. And it really is kind of strange, like the games that they're having coming out. I mean, they had Mario Kart. And they had Zelda, like the two big ones, right? And now, ARMS is coming out in July, I think?
Soonish.
And then Odyssey's coming out supposedly this fall or this holiday?
I think I had heard like December 28th or something crazy like that. Like it was literally
at the end of the year.
A few days before. Yeah, I don't know if that's probably not true because that's just a retailer listing or whatever.
Yeah.
But don't you think it's kind of weird, like this sporadic games that they have coming out for it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, is keeping the company on your mind going to make you want to play them more? Or is it just going to keep you, trying something real quick and then jumping ship right away?
I will say I do want to play the new Fire Emblem game that's coming out on the 3DS. That's coming out this Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's because I like Fire Emblem. Yeah.
Yeah. If it comes to the PS4, I'll play it right away. Day one. Right. Day one.
My next item here that I have is...
I have Fire Emblem for the PS4. It's called Elder Scrolls Online.
What?
Oh, man.
You haven't played that in a while, though.
Yeah, that's true.
The Witcher is getting a series on Netflix. What?
Whoa, that's kind of
So
cool.
did you know this? And I didn't know this. But that the person that wrote the books, it's actually a book.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
But he gave the rights to the game company. He doesn't have any rights to those. But I'm just saying, the series is going to be more off the books, not so much the.
Wait, so he won't make money off of?
Well, the series maybe, but he didn't. I don't. What I heard was he didn't make money off the games.
Oh, but
he just
probably
was like, just go ahead, because he didn't think they were going to do well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, okay.
Bummer.
So, but yeah, apparently it's going to be made by a Polish company.
Yeah. Well, I think isn't CD Projekt Red a European company from somewhere over there?
Yeah, because it's spelled with a K.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Red. They spell red with a K.
Nice.
But that's like another, we're going to have Castlevania, a series of Castlevania coming out, the cartoon on Netflix. And then we have this. I think there was another video game series that was coming on Netflix.
Then you have your Dead Rising movies.
Yeah.
So, it can go both ways. Yeah. But I mean, at least these are backed by huge studios. Studio.
Netflix but really studio, yes, but I guess the game side of things, even with the Castlevania, they had nothing to do with it. So
that's all right. I'm excited. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Game
of Thrones is really popular right now. So
exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
And my last item that I have for the news.
Oh God,
Matt,
it hurts so bad.
Alan Wake is dead.
Yeah.
You will live on. Curse you.
Yeah.
Music licenses.
They couldn't just go in there and change the music, huh?
I don't know. Maybe they could. The parts that it plays those chunks of music in are cutscenes, so I don't know if they're built into the cutscenes. They could probably still patch it, but
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's a creative thing. It's a creative decision to not want to take that stuff out. Like the Quantum Break, which is Remedy's latest game. You finish one chapter and it just plays a Paramore song. So I feel like in a couple of years there's going to be a problem with that game too.
Oh yeah,
unless they've really bought out the rights with more money or something.
Yeah.
I think that game's about as dead as when PlayStation 3 stopped allowing Turtles in Time to be downloaded.
Yeah.
Now nobody plays Turtles in Time, guys. It's dead, right? Like,
No, that game's great.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's so funny that, like, I mean, I understand it's all about marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, you know? It's like reminding people, like, and that's really great. Like, how often do you get a game that was made 8 years ago or whatever? You probably know the exact, but, you know, that, like, all of a sudden people have a renewed interest in it. So that's pretty
Look at the
cool.
sale.
I mean, it's obviously going to live on.
Yeah, it was on sale on Steam, so I bought like all my Steam friends a copy.
Yeah.
Like everyone was getting a
95%
copy.
off,
That's
95%
great.
off.
Yeah, it was like $3 or $4.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just bought it.
Yeah.
From
A physical.
physical
Yeah, I mean,
copy.
yeah, that's going to be how people are going to find it now because it's not on digital storefronts.
That's
So
right. And it definitely did well. I mean, back when it came out, I mean, people weren't downloading games, full games, like nearly as much as they do now. So there's plenty of copies out there. Like, I think there will be a surge in the price. I already saw that on eBay, and GameStop's trying to get like $20 for it. But like, yeah, that's good for them actually.
Yeah.
It's great.
yeah, it's just a bummer when it's like your favorite game ever, and they're like, why couldn't it have happened to like a crappy game like
Yeah.
Halo? I'm just kidding. Obvious troll. But
I
no,
don't
it's
like Halo.
Like of all the
You
games,
looked at me. I don't like Halo.
no, I know, but like of all the games, you know, that could happen to. It happens to the game you would like the most. How crappy is that? And then what's my other favorite series? Silent Hill. Oh,
Yeah.
PT. That was pulled.
Yeah.
Luckily, I own copies of all these
The
things.
HD collection botched.
Yeah,
I will say you were really down at work when that happened. You were like,
it was sad.
I can't believe this. It's the worst day. You look so sad.
Well, like when you don't understand, Roger.
I know, you kept telling
We
me.
had this discussion, and Roger's like, we should talk about this on the podcast. And then I reminded him we already have talked about this on the podcast. But like when you have a favorite game, there's things about that game that change like you as a person, right? So like Alan Wake, he goes to a small town, like a very small, like, because a lot of Stephen King books are set in like small kind of rednecky town things.
Yeah.
But like just the concept of him going on a vacation to the small town and staying in a cabin, like that makes me want to do that. Like that changes me, my, you know, personal wants and desires. Not like you playing friggin' No Man's Sky and like, oh, I'm gonna go into space and shoot space rocks.
No, I want to go to New Donk City now.
I wouldn't Google that too much. You probably come up with some really sketchy places that'll take you there.
Yeah, right.
Like you should call an Uber and be like, "Can I go to New Donk City?"
That's good. Yeah.
All right. Did you guys see anything else in the news that was interesting to either of you?
I guess it's been a busy week.
Not really.
Yeah.
Nothing for me.
Yeah, those are the things that I saw. So, well, let's take a break here, and when we come back, we'll hit our hot topic. Hey, GamerHeads! Join me Wednesday nights at 8:30 Central Time for a segment we like to call Kick Roger's Butt at Video Games. That's right, I'll be on PlayStation 4, and you can add me at Rogue Leader 76 and play games with me and kick my butt, because I really suck at video games. You can also watch it on Twitch, and follow me at Rogue Leader 76 on Twitch to watch. Thanks, everyone, and hope to see you then. All right, welcome back. And before we get into the hot topic, actually, there is something I wanted to bring up. So, Game Informer came out with their top 100 RPG games.
Okay.
I'm just curious, what do you think the number one game was?
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
No.
Chrono Trigger.
No, Chrono Trigger was number 3. On their
Number
list.
one?
Number 1. And I think Breath of the Wild was on here.
Someone
It wasn't that high,
People
actually.
have been freaking out about that game.
Which one?
Breath of the Wild. Number one.
Does Tornado Outbreak count as an RPG since there's different stats that you can?
I never heard of that game.
It's a bad game.
Breath of the Wild was number 47.
Whoa.
Yeah.
but it's one of the greatest games
Is
of
it
all time.
is it series or is it like a game?
It is a game in the series. Well, I mean, yeah, there's a series.
A game in the Elder Scrolls
Yeah,
series?
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Skyrim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Skyrim was number 1.
Is it about how
Number
much-
2 was Final Fantasy VI. Number 3 was Chrono Trigger.
6?
Or Chrono Trigger. Number 4
Is that like Japanese
was
only?
Mass Effect 2. And number 5 was The Witcher 3.
What?
Yeah,
Mass Effect
this-
2?
Yeah, Mass Effect 2 was great.
Get out of there, Mass Effect 2.
Why?
Because 1 was better.
Game Informer
What?
gave Witcher like an 8.5, and then they gave Breath of the Wild a 10. And so Witcher is number 5, and Breath of the Wild is number 47. Because
I don't know. I didn't make up the list.
Hijinks!
Yeah.
hashtag not dope.
Hashtag not dope. Nice. I like that.
What would you be? What would your number 1 RPG be?
For me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Skyrim would be pretty high. Elder Scrolls Online would be pretty high too, but I
Really?
think Skyrim's a more solid game.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
have played it
You know,
probably less.
I'm not going to use Game Informer math. So since my favorite game of all time is Red Dead Redemption, my favorite RPG of all time is Red Dead Redemption.
That's not an
That's
RPG,
an
though.
Okay. Then it's definitely Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
But I totally count it as an RPG. It is exactly like Skyrim without magic.
What?
Yeah.
Red Dead?
Yeah.
Red Dead? No.
I
You
mean,
don't- you
in
don't
terms
level up
of
your
you
stats,
playing
do you?
a role, that'd be like you could
Grand
say
Theft Auto's
you could
not.
say San Andreas would be even closer to an RPG then because you do more. You know, you do your like weightlifting and stuff in that game that like actually your character. There's more taking care of your characters. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I can. I mean, obviously they're more action based games, but
I guess. Well,
I
there's only.
I
There's
see
only,
your point.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, we've had this discussion. Bloodborne was on the list.
But for me, like it's
Is Bloodborne
hard.
an RPG?
It's hard for me to consider like Zelda an RPG personally,
I
because
don't
I
think
feel like
that
those are
is
more
either.
action adventure.
Although maybe, and then I haven't played Breath of the Wild,
hate
but maybe
genres.
you level up your character in that. I don't know.
Yeah, actually,
I
Zelda
think we do.
and
I mean, you
Red
always
Dead
did.
are even pretty close.
Yeah,
Because
that's
you get
true, 'cause you get
items,
different-
but
you
you
get
can't
hearts.
craft items.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
But
You get
Yeah,
like
I don't
cart
know if
containers.
you can sell
and-
that stuff. Like it is pretty.
RPG is such a. I hate genres
With
like in general. Like
objectives and
calling
quests.
something a genre.
Like I guess I don't know. I feel like I'm in the Wild West when I play it, and it is called
Yeah.
a role playing game.
Yeah. Technically, every game's
Yeah,
a role playing
that's
game.
true.
I guess I don't know.
That's true.
Like even God games where you're playing like Populous or something.
yeah.
Your role is God.
I love
Yeah,
how
that's
meta
true.
we are. What would be our favorite role playing games? What are role playing games?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. That's actually a good point. I mean, I've always just associated RPGs with like something that's similar to like D&D, right? Where you take a character from level
Stats
1 and you
based.
stats based and you keep leveling them up, right? But
Okay, that's fair. That's
but-
fair though, honestly.
How is like World of Warcraft not on that list?
it was.
Is this console?
No, it was on.
What?
Yeah, it was like number 6.
What?
Yeah, World of Warcraft.
Mass Effect 2 beat World of Warcraft?
Yes.
This list.
I didn't make it. I didn't create the list. I'm just telling you. I have the magazine. I'm telling you what was the top 5.
Even Mass Effect? Like I don't know how. I mean, it is an RPG.
Yeah,
but-
Unless
you,
they're
like, level
considering
up your stats?
story,
Sure.
like the story of Mass Effect 2 must be trumping like the hours and hours of gameplay that you get from World of Warcraft.
Probably.
Yeah.
nice.
Uh,
Did they have unique titles on the list? I actually have the issue, but I haven't taken a look yet. Like a Odin Sphere or something like that, where it's like
I don't
kind
know.
of
I have
like
to
one
page
of
through
those
it to look
like
through it.
hybrids?
niche-y- yeah,
Well,
like-
you were
or even,
saying
like, roguelikes and
Dark
stuff.
Souls and stuff is on there. That's still quite RPG based, but that's really actiony, you know?
Diablo 2 was number 8. World of Warcraft was number 6.
Ah, see. Yeah.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic was number 7. Baldur's Gates number 2 was number 9. And the
So
10th
they-
one was Bloodborne.
They were just like all about that BioWare apparently.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
like-
11 was Bloodborne. 10 was Final Fantasy Tactics. Fallout 3 was number 12.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah, I don't know.
out there.
There's some of my others are like Final Fantasy 9 I really liked.
Cool.
10 I really liked, but I know everyone hates That game?
It's better than 10 too. I mean,
oh god, I hate 10 too.
I remember
so much.
Persona 5 was number 19, which is interesting because like
Persona 5.
Yeah, because they give that a high score too.
See, but that
But
again,
it has nothing to do with scores. I don't think. I think they're basing off of
Persona
story.
5 came out this year.
There's got to be different criteria.
And so did Zelda. Yeah, so it must be like also based on how much of an RPG it is. Nope, because Mass Effect 2.
What is this book? Wall Street Journal?
Yep, the Wall Street Journal.
Earthbound is like in the middle.
It's 27, yeah.
Yep.
28 was Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars.
Nah, it should be up there more.
I will say...
I disagree.
It is like kind of low.
Where's a Fire Emblem? Where's the highest Fire Emblem?
Where's Fire Emblem? I don't know. I didn't see one yet.
Is there a Dragon's Quest game on here anywhere?
No.
What?
Neverwinter Nights? Oh yeah, PC.
Diablo 3 was 37, which surprised me because I thought Diablo 3 was better than Diablo 2.
There's Xeno games on here.
Mass Effect 3.
Strange.
Oh, here's Fire Emblem Awakening was 44.
I'd have to look at that. I wonder what they fill it up with.
Dislike.
Yeah. I'd say my favorite RPG is probably the one that I had the most fond memories of, Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah. Hipster?
Or maybe 6.
Like,
those two are really good.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'll be honest. It's Costume Quest 1 and 2.
Yeah, that wasn't on the list.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are good.
I would say Morrowind would probably be really high for me. But it's all personal opinion.
Yeah. All right, now let's go into the really hot topic.
Oh, the super hot topic.
Super hot topic.
It's just so hot this week. Oh my god, guys. It's getting steamy.
So the hot topic of this week is consuming media, or in this case, playing video games, a waste of time? And Matt, this was an idea that you had.
Yep.
And you said there was a tweet?
Because I'm incredibly cynical.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, there was a tweet from a game developer a little while ago where I think I misinterpreted it, but the developer had tweeted that they didn't know why they were making games anymore. Oh. Like what the point was.
Yeah.
And, you know, the point of making a game is that someone is going to play it, right?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it's a creative outlet as well. Like, you don't need to make music or games for someone to consume them. You can just do it as
a challenge,
like a stress reliever or to get something out. But usually there's, you know, some kind of pride in watching someone consume that media, whether they enjoy it or not enjoy it or whatever. Yeah. So I was like, if someone's like having that crisis of, should I even be doing this anymore? Like, what about like us when we're playing, like when I was playing Elder Scrolls Online, I was thinking like in years down the road, like my character is going to be gone and like none of that's going to matter, like the time I spent in there.
Well, yeah, like World of Warcraft.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it struck me more with those MMO games because a lot of that stuff isn't, you know, it isn't going on forever, right? Yeah. I mean, a lot of games, you'll play a game, finish it, and then just toss it or whatever, again, you know, not play it again.
Yeah.
So, like, is it worth spending that time? And additionally, I should say the reason MMOs stuck out to me, too, is because even though they have stories, their stories are a lot less prevalent than, like, if you play Silent Hill 2 or something, and years later, you can be like, oh, that game was about this.
Yeah.
I think hindsight answers that question for me. Like, I think of games like Diablo 3 when it was out and a few others where, like, looking back, it's like, oh, this is weird. Even Battlefield 4 for a while when I was heavy into it, you know, it's like, oh, I'm level whatever. And it's just like, wow, that was like 4 hours, but I had to because it's double XP weekend.
Yeah.
It's like, long story short, it's like, I think it's pretty obvious when people are on their deathbed, they're not going to be like, I want to play Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember this one time.
Like, absolutely not. That said, it doesn't mean that it's not, like, all right to, like, hobby play. Like, even if it's, like, a number of hours a week, like, if that's what you want to do, as long as it's not all the free time. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you obviously still have to live life, but, like, I don't know, responsibly, everything's like all right.
Do you like in the future
great memories of video games?
Like, do you remember like what the game was about, or do you remember more of the experiences?
See, I remember the experiences.
Yeah,
right.
Like especially when I was younger, but like even through high school and like LAN parties and you know beyond that, like yeah, I still like, even like when I platinumed Split Second, like I remember like not wanting to go to bed because I was so addicted to the game. And so like I'd play till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I like still remember those nights, which is weird because it's not like even the best experience ever. But like I don't remember like an outside picture of me like looking like a zombie staring at the screen, not blinking. Like I perceive it more as an experience nonetheless.
Right.
Yeah, I think the two. I'm the same way. The experience. The two things that stick out in my mind from an experience standpoint. One, when I was, I don't know when it was. It was like somewhere before high school, I think, or maybe it was like first year in high school. I mentioned this before, but I had my friend come over, and we were going to beat Dracula in Super Castlevania on Halloween at midnight, right? Yep. So we had like this all planned out. We had like tons of Mountain Dew, our Doritos all set up. By the way, we're now sponsored by Mountain Dew and Doritos. and I beat him by like 10:30, and I was like, crap, but like this is the experience of it, and just having like, it was just so much fun because we would like just plow through that game and wanted that. The other game I can think of is when I used to play in college Dark Age of Camelot. So everybody else is playing EverQuest. Yeah. And like my friend said, oh, you should come. My roommate was like, you should play Dark Age of Camelot. And in that game, it's just like any other MMO game where you have your clans and stuff like that. And this one was one of the first games where there was player versus player realms, because you had 3 realms. The Dark Age of Camelot was supposed to be about King Arthur passing away, and then you had the 3 realms that were fighting against each other, and they'd have areas where the different realms could go fight. And I'll never forget this, that we had one guy in our clan that was really adamant that this is what we have to do. We have to, do more of the player versus player, realm versus realm kind of fighting. And he had officers in, in these clans, right? And there was a huge, like, we all got together and there was a huge argument of what we should be doing. Like, in the game, we all gathered at, like, this area and we, like, talked it out. It was such a weird thing. It felt like really politics happening, though. It was such a weird experience.
Yeah, but that's interaction with the people.
That's true.
Through the game.
That's true.
The game isn't the only thing you're remembering.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, I don't know if you saw this, by the way. I'll let you read that while I talk to Jake. So here's the other part of it, okay? Like, not only is it taking the time to, like, do it, but I totally lost my train of thought.
Oh, really? Like, so you're talking from the developer's side and giving up and making them?
Yeah. So, like, in terms of not just, like, remembering back on doing it, but, like, how does it, like, emotionally, like, affect you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like in obvious ways. So just talked about.
My response to the tweet was that, like, if you're doing it for someone, like, if I'm making a game for you to play, and you play it, that's your stress relief, is playing that game. Even if that game is about something totally, like, some horror game where you're, like, tense and playing it, like, you're doing that for enjoyment, right?
Yep.
So, like, I was wondering, like, is that also this benefit to consuming that stuff,
Absolutely. Like, I don't know. It's also, like, a question of whether or not video games are art. Because if they are, like, you don't even need to have an experience necessarily. You can see it and like it and be like, that was worth whoever put the time into it.
Right.
And, like, that could just literally be all the experience you have.
I totally know what you mean, because, and I'm going to jump into what I was playing this week, but I played Journey this week.
Yeah.
Nice. You ever played Journey?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I played that game, not a big fan of the, like, actual gameplay of it. But just, like, looking at certain parts of it was like, oh my god, this is, like, so pretty. And like the art behind this game is, like, what makes it, stand out to me, not the gameplay.
I think that's why I was recognized too. Yeah. I mean, it was like a unique mechanic to get you through.
Sure.
But generally speaking, it was all about that artistic experience.
Yeah.
So, like, that's only a fraction of, like, how one might rate a game. I mean, some people there's a lot more weight to it than other people, but, like, there's a million different reasons. Again, that would be like the existential crisis of an artist literally being like, what is this? Like, what? Again, no, not like, what is this? But you know what I mean? Like, what would be the purpose behind this? Like, people ask that. Why would you go to an art gallery and stare at a wall?
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess it depends on who you are. And,
or like, or like being an artist and being like, why am I spending all this time on this painting? Like, that's probably why so many artists and other people are so, like, negative on themselves. You know, artists tend to be like very like self-critical.
It's
and
why I
stuff.
can't do art though, is because I understand how much time you have to put into one frame, one like instance in time. Like that's insane to me. Like, oh, couldn't do it.
So, friend of the show, Brett, I asked our listeners, what do you think? Give us some feedback. So, Brett wrote to us, a waste of time? It's the waste of time. Seriously, though, it depends on the game. A lot of them teach time, resource management, planning, etc. Some have epic storylines where the choices you make drive the narrative. It's a good sandbox for practicing a few real-life skills where failure isn't hurting anything. Then there's Drawn to Death. Utterly useless for learning real-life skills, but hey, they can't all be spirit stallion of the Sumerian.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And that's what I was talking about with like stress relievers and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of really dark stuff in horror games that like you're not playing that to have like a fun time, right? It is fun, but like when you're watching people being murdered, not exactly, you know, the most fun thing in the world.
Yep.
Well, and I think I mentioned this before, but you know, before probably 6 months ago, I would have said, yeah, it's a complete waste of time. But now I find myself playing games for a different reason, and it's really an escape.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't know.
Why don't you just go to those other planets in No Man's Sky?
Yeah,
like,
I know,
just
I
go
should.
there.
That's the thing about it. No matter the negative experience, like it won't stick with you in the same way like something in the real world might.
Yeah.
And that's positive and negative and whatever, but like
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing when I was a kid. You know, we played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. You know?
That sticks in my mind with all this because that's all about the experience and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's not about like, you know, I rolled 18. It is when you're like, I rolled a perfect 20. Remember that time he did that? But that's like
I rolled
because
a 1.
He rolled this number in this setting, in this scenario.
Because of what the results are.
Like it's everything around that happening.
Yeah, and it's always like those epic moments, right?
Yeah.
That you just stands out.
Yeah, no one remembers like, hey, remember that time, you know, Jake walked into the room? No. Like, no one does.
Nope, don't remember that.
Yep.
You know, and it's kind of leads into another hot topic that I do want to do. I'm going to see if I can get this guest on our show. But the professor here at the University of Stevens Point has a summer school class coming up, actually. And it's going to be about video games and the influence of video games on philosophical thought.
Yeah.
And part of it is, you know, decisions that you make in the game, is that really who you are? Do you make decisions in the game based on who you are as a person? Does that tell you who you are as a person? And I don't know if that's true. And I don't know if I agree with that. Because a lot of times I'll play a game where, first of all, the game that you're playing is, you know, confined to who you are, you know, designed by the game, right? But then also I'm playing the game as that person, right? So I'm playing the game as the character either I created or the character I'm playing as, right? So I think it's a little bit different. But to me, I think that's where I think the fun is. And that's why, you know, the escape happens, where you get to be somebody else. You get to experience something that you don't get to experience.
And that's the thing. Like, you can't apply, like, again, it's this whole, like, scale. Some people appreciate video games for different reasons. So some people might be, like literally have no philosophical, even opinions on many things, let alone video games. So the graphics suck. Yeah. And that's that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like a very sliding scale, you know, in regards to something like that. But still interesting nonetheless, man. I if he was around, though, I'm such a know-it-all, like, and I heavy quotes, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a know-it-all, like one of those idiots who, like, tries to be smarter than people. So I could see it being a very contentious situation.
Yeah, well, he would be sitting under my poster of the half-naked Silent Hill 2 lady.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true. Well, they might do it Skype. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that certainly playing trash bin games is a waste of time.
Is it though?
It is.
What if it helps you appreciate better games?
That's true. It does help me appreciate better games, but it also teaches me what single life really is like.
Yeah.
Plus, like,
and how to steal puppies.
And how to steal puppies.
And put them down.
Yeah. and what it'd be like to be Godzilla.
You got trophies for some of those. Now,
true.
I know
next one's
I know how to ride a horse now because of Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
True story. And fight wolves while I'm on the back of said horse.
The philosophical lessons you've learned by watching the movie that came along with it.
I've seen a horse be born, guys. It was
And that was an experience you'll never forget, huh?
Nature is very beautiful.
Oh, I'm changing my online handle to Horse Be Born.
Oh God.
Just horse birth. That's worse. Oh God.
That is a
Studley
great
horse birth.
Oh, that's a great
Or
boss
horse
name.
birth omelet.
Horse birth.
Horse
right.
birth omelet sounds great.
I'm gonna move us off this topic now. All right, what do we
This
move
is the
into?
darkest episode we've ever had.
Yeah,
Horse
right.
birth omelet.
Let's move into the games that we're playing this week. And,
You start, because
oh.
we always start on this.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll start. So
Good call.
Yeah.
yeah. So I played No Man's Sky, and that was terrible. I do want to give it another shot, though. I think I will play it again. I certainly will play it again.
Just get it on the Switch when it comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah, exactly. I did play one run through of Bloodborne, and I died in like 5 seconds, and I was like, "What the is this?"
Yeah. Have you played those Dark Soul games?
I have
before?
Demon Soul,
Okay.
and I wasn't a big fan. But somebody at this round table here, somebody said, "Oh, Bloodborne, yeah, that's like the entry level game for those
It
types of
is.
games."
It is considered one of them.
Yeah.
Within 5 seconds, there's this monster you can't beat. Like you have to like.
That's well, I think like isn't it Demon Souls or whatever? Like the game starts and you're supposed to die, or like it's
Yeah.
almost intentionally made for you
Yeah,
to
it is
basically
Demon
die
Souls,
and then
yeah.
get to the hub, and then they're like
Yeah,
kind of spoon feed you some stuff about this is why you're in this area.
yeah,
But yeah, I did that too in Demon or whatever the first one was. I
yeah.
think.
Demon Soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hated that game because of that.
Yeah, I know. So I played that, and then
Get good.
what?
No, I hate nothing. Culture. It's just culture. Oh.
And then I played some 3DS. Actually, I've been playing a lot of 3DS. I played Blaster Master,
Yeah.
which is really good. I like that game a lot.
Cool.
Blaster Master Zero, the new one that came out. And then I should say the remake. And then I also been playing Yoshi's Woolly World.
Oh yeah, the 3DS one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. The music is fantastic. in
Yeah,
that
right?
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think that was pretty much it. I can't think of I haven't played a whole lot.
Did you play a Play Asia physical exclusive?
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah, we talked about it, didn't we?
We did, but he wasn't here.
Oh, I
He
see.
wasn't here.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Let the zombie know.
Blue Rider's terrible, man.
I heard it's pretty hard because it comes from all directions, like as you get further.
Yeah, but it wasn't a great game.
Like really?
No, like it was just so generic. It was such a generic shooter.
Ah, that might be perfect.
No.
Just what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Dude,
A
what?
good old generic shooter.
Yeah, just bullet hell, like weave through bullets. Like it's hard, but you can't stop.
No, if you're gonna play a game like that, play that. What was that? What, Resogun. Yeah, Resogun.
No, yeah,
That's
but
okay,
Resogun's
but
not
that's
a bullet
different
hell.
mechanic.
It's not
Yeah.
a bullet hell game.
Okay.
Like that, you pick up the people, right, and put them.
Yeah.
Back. Yeah.
But there's bullets coming at you.
Yeah, that's not bullet hell though.
Okay.
Bullet hell is like you have like a millimeter to move, like,
Oh.
and you learn to do that
Oh.
that pattern.
Yeah, yeah. But,
Did it get that hard? Like, was
no,
there?
it wasn't that hard. But it was just boring.
Oh, weird. I don't know. I missed. I had it in my cart, but for
Yeah.
whatever reason, like I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was on sale for $3
Yeah.
or something. Now it's back up to 10. But
Yeah, see, I
because
wasn't
I'm
on
obviously
10.
not going to open my
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
my copy. Obviously not. That's
Yeah.
not why I buy video games.
yeah, yeah.
I don't consume them.
Yeah, I don't consume them. It's a waste of
It's
time.
a long
Why would I do
discussion.
that? That's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Why do we even make video games? So some dude can put them on his wall and call them an
Yeah,
investment.
right.
Exactly.
I'm gonna contact Limited Run and have them make one copy of one of my games one day and just be like, "Hey Jake, guess what?
Oh no!
You don't own it."
Oh no! Did you get Mutant Muds?
It's in the mail.
yeah,
Yep.
nice.
Yep, that's gonna be fun.
Jake, what have you been playing?
Two games that are digital only.
Tower of Guns.
Coffin Dodgers.
Every time I see you, you're always playing Tower of Guns.
Yes, that's
Okay.
definitely, and that's gonna be the other one. Oh, it's so good. But Coffin Dodgers. It's this Mario Kart style game, but you're all elderly people.
Oh, God.
And then
Is this a mobile game or what is this?
No, it's a PS4 game.
It
And
is.
PS3. But and I love those kart games. And then this one's really unique because if you like in the first set of 3 tracks or whatever, the village or whatever, it'll be like the bottom 2 people. If you lose a race against the Grim Reaper, because he's one of the 8 racers, then you die. And so like as you go further and further, you have to do better and better in the races. But of course for me it's like I'll just restart until I get first in every race. So storyline doesn't even matter. But obviously I played this game way too much and enjoy it. So that's all you need to know.
I think you will like Blue Rider actually.
You could level up your cars so it's an RPG.
Oh God.
Yeah, so there's that, and Tower of Guns is just like this sweet procedurally generated game where levels come out, and then like you could tell there's different patterns depending on the type of level that it is and stuff, but it's still cool because like all the there's like false walls, so you can find like secret power-ups and all different sorts of power-ups for your guns and all this stuff. And it's really cool because like you can collect things that'll level up your gun, and depending on the kind of gun you have, it'll change things. And basically like there's different levels and each one has like a par time. So, you can try to go through it fast, or you can try to go through it leveling up your dudes to make it easier for you in the future, because it really is all about leveling up. So if you try to go through it fast, you're going to give up like collecting all the stuff that you get after shooting it. I don't know. It's just really sweet because it gets harder and harder, and there's an infinite mode. So then it gets really hard. You just keep playing, but I don't know. It's just really sweet. Yeah. Boss fights, like bullets everywhere again, but it's 3-dimensionally avoiding them. Like what? Ah!
Yeah.
So I'll breathe. And ask Matt what he's been playing.
So I went into my PlayStation like library or whatever and was like, hey, there's all these little tiny games that I should just play through.
You too, that's
blast
awesome.
through. So Journey was one. Day of the Tentacle Remastered was another one, even though I got halfway through that. I've beaten that game before, but this time I got halfway through and I couldn't figure out what to do because that game I don't like listening to people talk in that game for a long time, and every time someone talks, they drop a very subtle hint that you have to do this.
Yeah.
Not that you have to do this, but to solve that puzzle for that character, you have to do this, so everyone says a little different thing.
Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't really point you in one direction. There's kind of just all directions you could go. So I ended up just popping open a guide and just, like, forcing myself through it.
Have you ever played the King's Quest series at all?
Not much.
Okay. It reminds me of the same thing. I mean, I played Day of the Tentacle, too, when it first came out.
Well, I've played, like, a lot of the old, like, Monkey Islands and stuff like that, too. But so I played that. I didn't really play that much Elder Scrolls Online. I don't remember if it was last time we had the podcast where I said I pre-ordered Morrowind, but I did.
Yeah, you did,
Yeah, pretty sweet theme that comes with.
Yeah, I have to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
You pre-ordered
You have
the
to do it,
digital?
too.
Yeah.
I guess it's only digital, huh?
No,
you
think
can buy
it is
the
a
physical. Yeah.
release.
Oh, cool.
But since you already have the game, it's cheaper to buy the digital.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it was on sale. It was like $5 off or something. It was on a very good like PS
Well, they have
Plus
different
discount.
tiers, too.
I have to
Right.
play. It took me a day to install it or whatever,
I know.
and then I gave up. I was like, I already got 24 hours in this game.
I think that's pretty. Oh no, I was also playing a game. I can't think of it. Oh no, I don't remember. I think it's still in progress, whatever it is.
Oh, cool.
Someone was like, "Hey, that's a weird game," and I was like, "You don't know what this game is?" Oh my gosh, I gotta think of it. I also installed Broken Age. I'm gonna go back to that game and finish that. Another
Like an Xbox
adventure.
original, or...
No, it was the crowd-funded Double Fine adventure game.
Oh, nice. Double-Finded Costume Quest.
Yep. Day of the Tentacle Remastered, so...
Oh,
yeah, so
wow.
Yeah, so another one of those. I think I've gotten about halfway through Broken Age, but yeah. that's been that. I still can't think of the name of it. I'm surprised you didn't see me playing it or something because I played it a bunch and I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just saw you.
Oh, it's Transistor.
Oh yeah, Transistor.
Oh, cool.
That's
I
right.
hate that game.
Yeah,
so
you told me
much.
that game.
It's an RPG.
Yeah?
For sure.
Yeah?
Like, that's the reason I hate it is because when you go in, you press like R2 and it turns on like a time stop mode where you can plan your moves and then you hit a button and she goes and does it real fast. And then you have to wait for this bar to like recharge and then you can do that again. Or you can just not do that and like hit the buttons to do the actions. But the actions are really slow. So you go in to try and play it like an action game and you'll hit like square to do your like standard slice and she like takes at least 3 seconds to like wind up and like hit and then sits there for a second. So it's like really slow and like I always run in thinking I'm gonna like action play it and it's just like not meant to be played that way. So I just hate the game because I'm just bad at it.
Is it a waste of time playing that game?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Just for me. Because it's just frustrating. I don't enjoy the story. The only reason I'm trying to play it is to finish it and kind of get the trophies, but I'm not going to 100% it, so there's not even a point to doing that. It's just to say, hey, I finished it, and then I don't have to ever install it again.
Yep, I guess you're in.
Yeah.
All right, well, that wraps up our show. Before we leave then, why don't we go around and tell people how they can get a hold of us. We'll start with you, Jake. How can people get a hold of you?
Area code 71. No. Start Save Games on Instagram. Otherwise, say hey to us on our Facebook page because I've been paying attention a lot more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, and our Facebook page is GamerHeads Podcast. So, pretty simple.
It is.
Matt.
That was a shameless plug. I don't know why you would say the name of our Facebook.
Well, I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
Matt, how can people get a hold of you?
Twitter at MattChristian.
That's one T.
Matt Christian, but only one T in Matt. Alternatively, just what's up? That's it.
I just got a hold of you.
Yeah. You almost thought there was one. Gotcha. Gotcha, listeners.
You can get a hold of me personally at Rogue Leader 76 on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, Studley
PlayStation 4.
Omelet on PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
as well,
Symbiote.
Yeah. So
I'm
you
gonna
can
spell it out. XYMBIOT3 because it's spelled weird.
Yeah. So Rogue Leader 76 for myself. Add me on PlayStation 4. Also have the Twitch channel. Rogue Leader 76 for that as well.
Yeah, how do you type that thing?
You go and then you can get a hold of us on Twitter. GamerHeads PC. That's at GamerHeads PC. You can also follow us on Facebook, as I mentioned. And yeah, that's about it.
Play with us on Wednesdays.
Yeah, Wednesday nights.
Play with you guys.
Yeah, Matt doesn't join us. Yeah,
I think I tried to watch your stream once.
yeah, it was
Maybe.
good, wasn't it?
I don't think I got in. I think
okay.
it didn't let me in.
Oh, there's too many people. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably.
Speaking
what it
of wondering whether the content you're consuming is worthwhile.
it was good.
I see the enter Twitch room and I question that when I see
and yeah, reach out to us. Let us know what you think. You can also leave reviews for us on iTunes, on podcasts as well, or Podbean. Sorry, we're hosted on Podbean, so you can go to Podbean and check us out there and leave comments there. We'd love to hear from you because I want to know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. If you think that Jake should just die off completely and never be on the show, well, that's too bad. He's here.
Send us pictures of your copies of Alan Wake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
yeah. Show us that you love Alan Wake.
#it lives.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, tweet us. It lives with your pictures of Alan Wake games. So. All right. Thanks for listening, and GamerHeads out.